Hey, what's going on, crew? Welcome into your Farm Sim weekend update. Once again, I'm Klutch, and this is the show where we go over all the new mods, the new news, and new updates for Farming Simulator 19 and Farming Sim 22. Now, typically this show is done over the weekend, but well, we couldn't do it this weekend. This guy was out in the mountains doing a little hiking. You know what? Had to take a break after Farmcon. It was craziness, of course. And that really brings us to the big story of the week. Of course, Farmcon was going on. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Of course, we had a bunch of mods come out this week for Farm Sim 19. We'll talk about all the new stuff that came out this past week, but I mean, really, the big story, guys, FarmCon for Farming Simulator 22, all the new updates for Farm Sim 22 were released this week. Man, there was a lot of stuff to go over. So let's sit back in, let's dive into some of this news and start talking about, well, everything new in the world of Farming Simulator. Let's go. So let's start off with FarmCon, which was all about Farming Simulator 22, of course, which releases later on this year. I might add, guys, if you're looking for the pre-order copy of Farming Simulator 22, check down in the description. You're going to find pre-order links all down below. So what did we learn during FarmCon? Well, there's 3 days worth of information posted on 3 different live streams. First, we started off with, well, a deep dive into both the seasonal cycles, the new seasonal cycles, which replaces the seasons mod for Farming Sim 19. As well, guys, we learned all about Elm Creek, which is the North American map for Farming Sim 22. Now, we did learn quite a bit more about seasonal cycles and how that'll be represented in Farm Sim 22. Now, as in Farm Sim 19, guys, you know what seasons mod that we use. Now in base game Farm Sim 22, we will have seasonal cycles. And what that means is, well, you're going to have an option to turn on or turn off seasons base game and play with or without it, depending on how you want to do it. Now, with seasonal cycles, we also did learn that it's going to be 12 days per year in game for the seasonal cycle to work out, which of course means you're going to get 3 days per season. I think I did the math right on that one. And also, along with that talk, we learned about Elm Creek, which is the US based map. We have a ton of new information on Elm Creek, on everything that is Elm Creek and what makes up Elm Creek. We did a deep dive on everything they talked about. Make sure you guys go check out the video. There's a ton of information on there. You're not going to want to miss that. Day 2, we finally got our very first look at actual gameplay for Farming Simulator 22. Very first gameplay. It was amazing to see this. Now, of course, the differences are somewhat subtle between Farm Sim 22, Farm Sim 19. Somewhat subtle. It's not a mind-blowing difference. However, there are some subtle changes, especially stuff with the UI and stuff behind the hood that maybe you need to take a look at. So we've definitely gone into large amount of detail talking about all of this stuff. We also learned a whole bunch more about production chains, which, to be honest, I think is sounding more and more like this is the central focus for Farming Simulator 22. And then lastly, on Friday of FarmCon, Friday of last week, we learned all about the new build mode for Farming Simulator 22. And what is the build mode? Well, it takes the landscaping mode, the landscaping tool, it takes the build mode that we currently have in Farm Sim 19, slaps them together into one screen, and then you have both, everything at your fingertips, all your options available. Also, we learned all about the new crops and how they're integrated into Farm Sim 22 along with production chains. How is that all gonna work? We learned all about that. So make sure you guys go back, check out the videos on that. We did a deep dive on all that stuff. So you want to hear all about it, check out the videos. And then of course, to top all that off, guys, we have new mods for Farming Simulator 19. So let's dive in. Let's go take a look. First off, we got the Lodeking sprayer support and deck. This one's done by Perma's modding. Once again, this is just a simple flat deck, but it's got sprayer support units built into it. So you can use this to, well, transport your herbicide, your fertilizer, whatever you may need out to your fields. There's a couple of different options on this as well, so you can kind of change this up to see how it's going to work for you. This is a very cool mod. I love using this type of mod. I use these a couple of times, but this one here looks great, works perfectly. Next up, we got the John Deere W200 series by Polycount. Now, this one's been waiting for quite a while. I know a lot of you have been sitting there waiting for this mower to come out. This John Deere mower has a working speed of 25 kilometers an hour, max speed of 34 kilometers per hour, working with the 4.3. It's going to cost you 150 grand if you want to buy it in the store. Very cool. W200 done by Polycount. And then we move on to the Twin Screw XBR2, once again by Sid modding. Another mod we've been sitting on the fence waiting for the last little while. It's been teased to us for quite some time. Finally has been released in the mod hub. Here you're going to get 2 grain tank configurations, some light configurations, some track configurations, even addable numbers, pipe configurations, GPS and tablet configurations, and even an oversized configuration on this. 187,000 bucks in the store, 306 horsepower. Once again, about 14,000 liters you're gonna be able to hold inside this one when maxed out. Very, very cool and unique combine to be added to the mod hub. Very cool, done by Sid Modding. And our last new mod, the Robert Mastermix by Polo5090R. This is, well, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a mixing bowl basically for your TMR, your pig food, whatever you may want to put in here. You've got two different options. Both are going to run you just shy of about 40,000 bucks. The only real difference between two of them are in how they discharge. They have different discharge methods, but for the most part, very similar mixing stations here for FarmSim 19. Very cool. The Robert Master Mix by Polo5090R. We also had a number of updated mods this week. Number one, the Brazilian Mega Silo and grain sale update. This has been updated a couple of times. This one here was actually relatively minor, but wanted to make sure I mention in case you haven't got the last update, which increased the size. But now we also have, well, I don't know what colorable selling points are, but anyways, colorable would make sense. So you have a new update for this. Go check this one out. Griffin Indiana also was updated. The big thing for this, for me at least, is added support for the store sales mod. Also fixed a couple of minor other issues. The I for Williams TT 2012 and PB 4x8 has an update. This one here is one of my favorite trailers, and it's got another update where now you're going to get actually a trailer that will hold animals as well. So there's a whole bunch of other options, but now you're going to get an animal trailer that's added into the mix. Very cool mod. Love the I for Williams trailers by JDB. And our last updated mod is the Sea Bales mod done by MTRX. Guys, this was the big update for this is simply that now it's available for multiplayer. So if you use the Sea Bales mod and you're looking for it for a multiplayer, you now can update it and have it available for on your server or in your multiplayer games, ready to go. And almost forgot, those of you looking for American Life Farming on PC, guys, you're gonna have to go up to the mod network to find that one. Not available in the mod hub. Go check it out on the mod network. That's where you're gonna find it. Whole story behind that, of course, but well, whatever, it is what it is. So go over to the mod network, you're gonna find American Life Farming over there. Link is down in the description for the mod network. So there you have it, folks. That's all your new news, your updates, and everything that's going on for Farming Simulator for this past week. You know what, there's no way we can get it all in this show, so make sure you guys check down the list here. We've got a ton of other information going on for FarmSim 22. We covered everything that was going on at Farmcon, so make sure you guys go through if you want to find out more details about Farming Simulator 22. Click on the videos, go through all three. There's a bunch of information that you may have missed, and let me know if there's anything that you think about that. We have some more stuff planned for Farmcon itself, so we'll be posting stuff later on this week about all of this. Now, of course, we did miss the Farm Sim show because of Farmcon this week, and because someone may have been out and about. But not to worry, the Farm Sim show is coming back this week. We don't have a date set yet, but we'll be talking very soon to you. Check out the community page. Keep posted on all the social media channels down below. But we'll have something coming out very soon on the Farm Sim Show. We'll be talking all about all the new news and new updates for Farming Sim 22 and everything we've talked about during FarmCon, because guys, there's just so much stuff to go over there. I'm sure there will be no arguments whatsoever during the Farm Sim Show. Not at all. I'm sure we're total agreements on everything. So with all that being said, folks, make sure you go down below. If you have not subscribed already, click that big red button. Slap the bell while you're down there as well, because you know what, we got tons of information coming on. You're not gonna want to miss any of it, and we'll see you guys next time. Once again, this is Klutch, over and out.